everyone. This video is in response to prompt 1. Moving from Ghana to the United States was a major change in my life, and it has come with a mix of emotions and challenges. The process of adapting to a new culture hasn't always been easy. At first, I felt excited about everything: the food, the place, and the people. Every day felt like an adventure, and I was eager to explore my new surroundings. However, after some time, I started to notice the difficulties. Things that once seemed fascinating began to feel overwhelming or even frustrating. But as the months went by and with support from others, I've learned to adjust, build routines, and appreciate life here. So, one of the difficulties I experienced was pace of life and individualism. Back in Ghana, life moved at a slower rate, more relaxed pace. People take time to greet one another, share meals, and catch up. Community events and gatherings are a big part of life, and there's always a sense of togetherness. People look out for each other, and personal relationships mean a lot. When I moved to the US, I was surprised by how fast everything moves. People seem constantly busy, commuting, running errands, and juggling tight schedules. I quickly realized that independence and self-reliance are highly valued here, and success is often measured by personal achievements. This everyone for themselves approach sometimes makes me feel isolated, and it took me a while to get used to the idea that neighbors are friendly but not always deeply involved in each other's lives. And the other aspect is the communication style. In Ghana, communication is often direct and considerate of others' feelings. Much is conveyed through tones, body languages, and shared cultural understandings. And it's common to suggest things rather than state them outright to avoid offending anyone. In the US, I noticed that people are usually very direct. They say exactly what they mean, even if it sounds blunt. At first, I found this abrupt and sometimes even disrespectful. On the other hand, I realized Americans might see my indirect way of communicating as confusing or unclear. These differences have led to misunderstandings in my interactions at work, in schools, and even socially. And another concept I noticed is in regards to family and respect for elders. In Ghana, family is incredibly important to us, especially the extended family. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins are all a big part of daily life. Elders are especially respected, and their advice is always valued. Here in the US, families tend to be smaller, and adult children often live far from their parents, whereby they kind of practice more or lean towards the nuclear family. Elders may live on their own or in care homes, and this was hard for me to accept as I truly miss the closeness of my family and the daily presence of elders. Sometimes I feel sad or guilty that I can't provide the same care for my elders as I would have back home. And the food and consumer culture in America. The food culture was another big change. In Ghana, meals are usually homemade with fresh ingredients and traditional flavors. Eating together with family or friends is important in the US. I was overwhelmed by the variety of food, the portion sizes, how common fast food and processed meals are. People often eat on the go, and the constant advertising and focus on buying new things, gadgets, clothes, cars, felt strange. Coming from a simpler, more value-driven lifestyle, it took me some time to find my balance and make healthy choices. So despite the challenges, moving to the US have given me opportunities to grow. I've learned new skills, gained new perspectives, and become more independent. Over time, I've found ways to blend the best part of both cultures, and my life feels more fulfilling. Overall, my journey from Ghana to the US has brought both excitement and challenges. I've had to adapt to a fast pace of life, more individualistic values, different ways of communicating, new family dynamics, and consumer-driven culture. So by understanding these changes and giving myself time to adjust, I've managed to adapt and thrive with patience, support, and open mind. I'm growing as a person and appreciating the richness of both my Ghanaian heritage and the new life in America. Thank you.